Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing Mirror's Edge Catalyst. This first-person parkour game is now available for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. At the time of recording of this video, the game is priced at $59.99 US or $99.95 Australian. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is somewhere between a reboot of the series and a prequel of the original Mirror's Edge. The game focuses on Faith Connor as a character and serves as her origin story, yet never really ends up becoming a true prequel. Mirror's Edge Catalyst also makes some major changes to the gameplay, reimagining the series as an open-world game and completely dropping the gunplay. The plot to Mirror's Edge Catalyst is a bit of a convoluted mess. The writers sort of plunk players into the world of Mirror's Edge, expecting them to just roll with major plot points and accept the world without making any effort to flesh things out until later in the game. It makes it really hard to get attached to Faith's story and get a good grip on what the City of Glass is really about, beyond being the standard dystopian vision of the future. The poor storytelling turns what could have been a really interesting story into a pretty forgettable affair. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is still very much a first-person parkour game. Players are given the freedom to run, jump, slide, and roll their way through the City of Glass with a very straightforward and easy-to-use control system. Faith is always on the run, and almost her entire repertoire of parkour movements can be executed with one button for jump-related moves and another for low moves. Using the two buttons, the game decides what's the appropriate action based on the context and executes it, creating a very smooth and intuitive experience that feels kinda liberating. On the flip side, the combat is a mess. It seems like the developers were hoping to create a fluid hand-to-hand combat system that would mirror the free running. Combat is context sensitive, so Faith can knock enemies into walls or into each other for extra damage and a few free hits. In theory, it sounds like a cool idea, but in practice it falls pretty flat. Combat should feel smooth, and Faith is a character well suited to fighting with a dance-like rhythm using well-timed strikes, blocks, and counterattacks. Instead, combat boils down to spamming the quick movement button long enough to get behind an enemy, then proceeding to unleash a flurry of attacks until it's time to spam the movement button again. There's no grace to it at all. The level design is decent. The open world map is probably the weakest in the game. The game is supposed to emphasize a lot of alternative routes that can be faster than the suggested pathing that the game offers, but in practice there are a lot of dead ends in the open world, and mostly alternate options can only shave off maybe a second or two from a rather long run. The closed levels during missions and grid node side missions is really where Mirror's Edge Catalyst shines. It challenges players to think and run at the same time when solving environmental puzzles. The visual design in Mirror's Edge Catalyst stays true to the original Mirror's Edge. The City of Glass is a towering world of white and silver. Red and the odd yellow accent draw attention to important elements in the environment, and interiors are high-tech, new-age minimalism that provides reasonable places to jump and climb. The audio is solid, the sound effects are really well done and have a great thump to them. The soundtrack serves as a subtle but effective complement to the game. The voice acting is good, but the Faith's voice actor is a weak link in the cast, either sounding a bit wooden or just hitting the wrong tone with her lines at times. While Mirror's Edge Catalyst has its faults in poor storytelling, boring combat, and a mediocre open-world map, it is still one of the best examples of free-running video games has to offer. The simple and natural control scheme is a pleasure to use. The parkour feels almost liberating with its big leaps and smooth movements. I'm giving Mirror's Edge Catalyst 7 capsules out of 10. If you want to read our full review, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off. Hey YouTube, looking for more action games? How about checking some video reviews of games we think you might like? How about adding some zombies to your free running? Check out our review of Dying Light's The Following expansion pack here on the bottom left. Maybe you're interested in 2D free running. How about watching our Assassin's Creed Chronicles China review here in the center? Like open world and over-the-top action? Check out our Just Cause 3 review here at the bottom right.